All right, welcome back to episode 3 of the Xelik Podcast. Happy New Year, and today we have got a few questions that will hopefully help people in the new year actually hit their goals.
You want to start with them?
What percentage, Noah, do you think of New Year's resolutions actually succeed?
I'm very biased because of the industry that we're in, especially around fitness specific New Year's resolutions actually succeed is like probably anywhere around like less than 20%, if not like 10%. Succeed meaning they hit their goal, but if people that actually stick with it is less than like 5%. Like I'm pretty sure most people give up after like a month because
Yeah.
it's the classic saying of like you literally didn't do it for an entire year, you haven't done it your entire life. Now you're just gonna all of a sudden switch. Like it's very motivating, but it's not likely that someone just turns their entire life around on one day and does it consistently for the next 90, 100 days or whatever.
So the actual success rate of New Year's resolutions is 10 to 20%.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I just said.
I bet for fitness it's probably closer to like 5 to 10%.
Is that according to Google?
Google says 80 to 90% of people give up, leaving only about 8 to 10% successfully achieving them by year end. 23% quit in the first week and 64% by the end of the first month. That's crazy.
My question for you is what is one thing that AI will help the fitness industry in, and what is one thing that AI will not help the fitness industry in?
That's a good question. I think AI will help the fitness industry in terms of just wearing a lot of hats, right? Where online fitness coaches juggle a lot of hats. They do the marketing, they do the coaching, all the admin stuff. And depending on how you communicate with your clients, but like if you communicate with your clients over text, then that can't really be replaced by a VA. I guess getting efficient and having a VA plugged into the app and stuff, maybe they could help with the admin stuff. But I think that AI will be helpful in terms of being able to sit in on calls and recap action items, send reminders, things like that. So letting the coaches focus on, and that's how I think about technology as a whole, is that it allows people to focus on higher leverage tasks. Like people were so freaked out when the internet came around. And obviously we were just babies when that happened, but I hear people talk about it that are like 35, 40. And then I think that a lot of people are freaked out about AI taking jobs when, Naval talks about this a lot, that technology will never replace jobs. It will consume jobs, but it will create more jobs because one, people have to run/manage it, and then two, like online fitness coaching wasn't a thing, before social media. And so more online professions and more online professions, more creative professions will happen as a result of AI. So I think in terms of helping fitness coaches, AI will be able to allow us to spend more time on what we're actually good at, which is coaching clients, talking to them, helping them through their problems, coaching them on their mindset, things like that. I think also some AI form tools would be helpful too. Like an AI, I think that there's probably some that come out where you just upload videos and then it critiques your form. And I think that aspect could be helpful, but could hurt us too. I don't know. I'm honestly not too fearful. I don't think that AI will really hurt us as fitness coaches. And if anything, I think that people can go chat GPT workouts, but they could go look up a workout program, and people wouldn't do that before AI, So I've had a lot of people on sales calls reference that they've looked up workouts on ChatGPT and then they haven't done them because it's like a robot holding you accountable, not a person holding you accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, on the programming side of things, like everyone always says, like I had my first AI objection the other day where it was like, I just went into AI and like had to create a program. I think it's good for starters of like people, like if you know nothing about a concept, it's good to like get your feet wet. But if you're trying to like be an expert in something or like really, really, really like see results in something, I think you need somebody who's lived that experience and has the actual context around it and can recognize patterns from human behavior and have that real life context of like experience that AI doesn't have. And like understanding, oh, this person has all this other stuff going on in their life with work and stress, or they told me these things, or I can see that they're kind of falling off, or their weight's going up a little bit, and oh, it's this time of year, which means that they told me that they're doing this on the holiday, whatever it is. I think that context matters a lot, and that's something that personal aspect is something that AI doesn't have. And I don't think it's something that will ever be replaced, at least not for the near term.
Yeah, that's fair. What do you think are a couple? What do you think are a couple fitness and nutrition misnomers or things that people promote that need to be left in 2025?
Like myths?
Yeah, myths or like things that are popular and shouldn't be popular.
I saw this one today from a post from some guy, so I'm going to steal it from him. But
Train
body
Bloom.
positivity. I think it was a horrible narrative and like a very propaganda based narrative that made a lot of people that told a lot of people to be comfortable with their failures, which I think is one, horrible in any endeavor, but two, it's honestly terrible for your health, because if you start becoming complacent and find pride in how out of shape you are, or how metabolically unhealthy you are, and how damaged your body is trying to tell you it is, then you're missing the entire point, and it's not going to motivate you to do what you should do and make a change about it and get in shape, get healthy, start exercising, start eating better. And I think that attributes to both fitness and nutrition. So I'm just going to leave it at that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I saw one that said LMNT needs to be left in 2025 because it's just table salt sold in bags.
It is pretty dang close to table salt, yeah. I mean, there's like other electrolytes like potassium, magnesium, and whatnot in it, but I've also seen a lot of people start making there's like a comparison of like this giant jar of just, you buy, I don't know, probably like $200 worth of stuff online, and you can make like a 4-year supply or something of element with all these different ingredients that you can just make yourself. And it says like, one scoop is 3 cents, but an element packet is like $1.50 or whatever. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But nobody wants to do that. That's why they're getting paid. They're getting paid to go through the hard work of putting it all together and just making it convenient enough to where you just tear and pour and you're good to go, and it tastes good.
Yep. Consumer culture.
Yeah.
I think I hope that the carnivore diet is left in 2025.
Yeah. Oh, dude, did you see the new food pyramid?
Yeah.
With RFK?
Yeah, it's good, right?
Yeah, it's like meats on top,
dairy,
with vegetables and fruits equal, and then like certain types of fruits and vegetables, like higher sugar fruits, are lower on it, and then at the very bottom it's refined grains and added sugars, which is
that's sick.
Very true. I'm surprised he didn't put like seed oils or like anything like that on the bottom, just because he's like touting getting rid of seed oils. But that, and then like they're making they're really ousting and going after a lot of these big corporations that are pro sugar and processed food and whatnot.
Did you see that? I'm pretty sure that there's a massive Supreme Court case going down tomorrow, January 9th, with a pesticide company, and basically if one side wins, then we will no longer be able to sue pesticide companies for adverse health effects from exposure to pesticides.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that's not the case, because that would be horrible.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
I've
such
seen
a problem, dude, with our...
I've seen people reposting that a lot. I think Gary Brecka reposted it too. So hopefully there's enough,
I saw something else that's going to court. I don't remember what, but it's around food or health and something like that, where it's like we're finally getting the answers that we need. I think it might have been around like vaccines or something, but yeah, dude, RFK he just decided he just started 2026 with a bang, and he's just going after everything right now.
I love it. What are your thoughts on vaccines? Are you going to vaccinate your kids? No?
I don't see... I mean, they're starting to pull a lot more, but the increase in vaccines, the amount of vaccines that we've incorporated into our life relative to the amount of medical intervention, medical technology, and like general health practices that we've incorporated in our life should not be on the same track. Vaccines are preventative, and then medical technology is not preventative, but like it's a service that's provided. So like I think that with the amount of technology improvement and how much healthier we are on average from the start, and like just our world in general of like going to the store and whatnot, people are a lot more cleanly and hygienic. Disease is not as rampant. It is in certain cases, certain countries, certain people, but I don't think it's as needed as we're making it out to be. I think we could probably cut the amount of recommended vaccines by 60, 50, 80%, and people would still be healthy.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. I think they can help, but I think it's become very bastardized, and it's like what's it called? You want to become not predisposed, but what's the word? When you get it and then you become like immunity, like pre-immunity or whatever, like yeah, that's good, but you don't need it for everything. And like exposing your body to every freaking disease or like virus all at once when you're a child is probably not the best idea.
Yeah, I agree.
A recipe for disaster.
I heard my fiance, one of her mentors, was talking about the fact that she said no to a bunch of vaccines when she had her kid, and they like had a huge issue with it, and now the doctors won't see her anymore. So she had to start going to somebody else, and it was like really hard to find a doctor that would like treat them if they hadn't got vaccines. It was really interesting.
You're saying that she went to a doctor that wouldn't treat them unless they got vaccines?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen people, there's this like print off now that some people will show up to their doctors with and say, I will take this vaccine if you sign this document. And the document saying like, you are assuming absolute liability if there's anything adverse that my child experiences in the next 20 years that could be relative to this vaccine. You need to give me like 100% confidence, 100% your word that nothing will happen. And obviously like something can happen, but like, should we really be administering something like that if there's not like such a negligible chance that the doctor doesn't feel confident signing a paper saying like, I don't want to be responsible for this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you think are the best things that somebody can or the best things that somebody can incorporate into their life to have maximal energy levels in 2026?
Better sleep. I think.
How do people do that?
Huh?
How do people do that? What are some things?
I mean, a lot of things. The biggest one is, I always tell my clients the rule of 3-2-1. So best way to help your sleep: 3 hours before bed, no food; 2 hours before bed, no liquids. So don't be drinking water, nothing like that. Some stuff that's going to disrupt you and wake you up in the middle of your sleep and disrupt the quality of sleep. 1 hour before bed, no stimulants. And that's the hardest one by far. And nobody can do it. Everyone's like, oh yeah, I tried it. Yeah, I stopped eating 3 hours before bed, and like I stopped drinking water. So okay, did you do no stimulants? And they're like, well, I got off my phone and like I went to bed right after, but like I did blue light or like stuff like that. But it's like the being on our phone, social media, texting people, social connection, artificial light, work, yeah, stuff that we're supposed to calm down before bed. Like you want your heart rate to be very, very mellow. Watching sports, like literally doing anything that could minorly increase your heart rate is really it destroys your sleep quality. And that's one thing you can do. I mean, another thing is just like routine. A lot of people just go to bed when they're tired, and that ends up being like midnight or one because they're scrolling late at night and they're like constantly on dopamine overdrive. But two, like giving yourself a bedtime and being like, oh, it's 10. I need to put my phone down. I'm not tired, but I'm going to put my phone away and I'm going to try to go to bed. And like you sit there for 30 minutes, you don't realize how wired you were. Like if a good testament of how well you prepared for bed is how long it takes you to fall asleep. It shouldn't take you more than like 5 to at most 10 minutes to fall asleep. But if you're laying there for 30 minutes, you probably did something that was way too mentally or physically stimulating right before bed, and you're wired before it. because of it, and now you can't fall asleep. And then lastly, I mean, obviously just getting in a circadian rhythm so that you wake up at the same time because you're going to bed at the same time. And so you have like a consistent 8 hours. So if you're going to bed at 10, you're waking up at 6 every day. And you're not really deviating from that too much.
How much sleep do you need every night to feel good?
It depends on the person. Some people can lie to themselves and feel fine. I mean, I think it depends on how well you run, how you want to figure out how much you need to perform well cognitively, and like once you notice any form of like defects in sleep, immediately like address it and try to prioritize your sleep again. That's like the bare minimum. But if you want good results when it comes to health, fitness, like getting in shape, feeling better in general, then you should at a minimum get 7, aim for 8. I tell my clients 9, and they're like, oh yeah, sure, okay, and then they probably miss around like 8 or 7. So aim high, miss low. I say go for 9, and then most people usually hit 8 or 7. And then if you're getting 6 is survivable, anything below 6 is not healthy.
Yeah, for sure. There's a I gotta go after this question. There's a study that was done by the sleep psychologist where basically there's a small, and I had a client like this, but there's a small percentage of the population that have like some genetic mutation to where they actually feel worse getting 8 hours of sleep as opposed to 5 hours of sleep or 6 hours of sleep. It's a very, very small percentage of the population. Like most of us need 8 hours. And she says that the best thing to do for your body if you are unable to get adequate sleep is find the first available part of the day where you can nap for 20 minutes and like be very diligent, 20 minutes on the dot, close your eyes, even if you don't all the way fall asleep. Like it can be really good for your energy levels. But I had a client to where he was telling me that he was sleeping 5-6 hours a night, and I had him sleep 8 hours a night, and then he said that he just felt terrible and he never did that before. And so I think that he might have had that genetic mutation, but that was super interesting.
Could be, yeah. Best way to supplement sleep is naps. Naps are the protein powder to your daily protein goal, as sleep is for your daily sleep goal.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I'm a huge advocate for naps, as you know.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right, thank you for tuning in to episode 3 of the Xelik Podcast, and we will see you in the next one.